Oh, hey, Danny.
Hey, what's up, Coop?
I'm just sitting here on my little stoop, just killing the time, but I was thinking to myself, if I wanted to do this conversation and I wanted other people to hear it, what would I do?
Oh, Coop, you know this, bro. You have to go over to anchor.fm.
You know, oh my God. I am such a spaz. I can't believe I overlooked anchor.fm. I mean, they are our single and most important sponsor. I mean, without them, not only would we not have our distribution, we'd probably have to spend money because it wouldn't be free. There wouldn't be creation tools that allow us to record and edit our podcast right from our phone or computer.
Imagine that, dude. How convenient and easy is that?
But you know what's even crazier about all this? Is you can actually make money.
Yeah, dude, isn't that like the ultimate American dream?
I think that is the American dream.
A free tool, and it helps you make money?
Speaking
Amazing.
of tool, let's start that song back over.
Yeah.
Because we're not done. This podcast might have been done, but this ad is not. And money is never done, as we know. And to keep it rolling in, you got to keep that content rolling in. And do it with Anchor. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one simple place.
All tools, all nice and simple. And once again, if you don't know where to go, head on over to anchor.fm, or even faster or easier, just download the app.
Download the app, dude. We all have apps. OnlyFans has an app. We have apps for everything.
Yeah.
We have bank apps. We have Quiznos apps. I don't even know if anyone eats there anymore, actually.
I don't even know if Quiznos are around anymore.
I don't think they exist.
What is around.
Huh.
But I'll tell you what does exist.
What?
This free app.
Anchor.
Anchor app.
And you know what? You exist too. Check it out.
Help, remember?
Hey, come on, I'm scared of the dark. All this technology scares me. Come on, hey. What's that?
Now clear your minds. He knows what scares you.
The city degenerated into a total fear zone. The citizenry cocooning in their homes, afraid to go out. People just wanted the madness over.
Who among you still fears death? Who will not face emptiness?
Hey guys, it is another week, and it is a fear week. This week, our theme is fear. What is fear? And the most common fears, and that's what we're going to be dealing with today. So it's kind of spooky, man. I wanted our little intro to be kind of creepy.
This the season to be spooky again. And I'm surprised Coop didn't put the Karate Kid when they're in the dojo, when he goes, "Fear does not exist in this dojo, does it?"
Oh, dude, I should have done that.
But you know what? No, because he's making you. We'll save it for another episode because he doesn't want you to be afraid of your fears. Or this one's like, embrace your fears.
That's true.
It wouldn't fit.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
We got
get cultured.
Cobra Kai. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to go over it. So I looked up in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, because the good old Merriam-Webster, remember those things used to be real books?
Yeah, I remember it used to come out like every year and people would buy like the updated dictionary.
I have the most current. Yeah, you don't have the one with YOLO in it.
Yeah.
I think that's in there. So the Merriam-Webster definition is an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. So, much like the caveman being scared of fire or a predator, there's a lot of things that scare us,
Yeah.
But before we get into those little things or big things, I kind of thought I'd go down to Urban Dictionary and find some alternate definitions. And I was hoping to really find something like raunchy and obnoxious because I love their example sentences.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything. But
no,
Huh?
The kids haven't touched fear yet. They,
I don't know, dude. It's too simple.
yeah.
They're going on to other things. There's probably some cool synonym for it. But I found these acronyms for fear that I thought were cool. So one of them is fuck everything and run. I like that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
this one's
good.
pretty cool too, though. False evidence appearing real.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like
False
that one
evidence
too.
appearing real. That's
Because that one's pretty deep.
I'm surprised no emo core band named their band or named their song that in the other 2000s.
I want to name my band "Fuck Everything and Run."
Because I'm just gonna write a song and it's gonna call Fear. Oh wait, False Evidence. Wait, what was it?
False evidence appearing real.
Yeah, there you go.
And
If that's not a metalcore band, like a screamo band, y'all messed up.
And I'm gonna start a horror punk band called "Fuck Everything, comma and Run."
I like it.
Get it? Like literally
Yeah.
fuck everything.
And then
Because I'm a pervert.
I'm a pervert.
Speaking of perverts, I'm scared of no. So I wanted to do kind of cover the most common ones, and we're gonna be using like the actual terms
the
there you go.
psychological terms and shit.
Yeah, the name Claven, the real terms like this. I did a terrible fucking scientist from The Simpsons.
Can I just say people who like know the scientific name of animals and like fears and stuff, they're not to be trusted, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. That's like people that have like butterfly collections in their house.
Yeah, like
If you're not a biology teacher, you're a psychopath.
like what the fuck did the butterfly ever done to anybody that you want to like poison them, kill it, or poison it, put it in a jar, suffocate it, and then display it for everybody can see? Like, bro,
You know what it is
no.
for me? The torture is definitely something you learn in biology class that is real, and you're like, oh, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But the thing, like you were mentioning, the thing that scares me about the butterfly collectors is the meticulous attention to detail they have as people.
Yes.
And that is terrifying. Like, look at my drawer of underwear. Yeah. Look at your bodies piled up in the garage.
Listen, I've been accused of being a psychopath, and my friends who listen to this will 100% agree with me that I've been called psychopath. I'm one of those freaks. I'm one of those psychopaths that when I go to a hotel, regardless how long I'm just gonna stay at the hotel, I like unpacking my bag, put it in organizing a drawer. That's who I am. Like if I'm gonna be there just for one night, no need. But if I'm gonna stay there for more than one night, like 2 or 3 nights, I like to unpack my bag and put everything away in the drawer and then pack everything up before I leave.
But I don't think that makes you a psychopath.
Well, I've been accused.
Well, those people are
it's
probably
a
just
defense.
really like, those people are probably insecure. The fact that they are the type of people that, I'm just going to say it, they're lazy. They're going to leave it in the bag. It doesn't bother them. They can live out of a bag. See, like, I can see both sides of it. As a man, as the simple man side of it, I understand how you can live out of a suitcase.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my laundry is just sitting on my chair. I don't put it away.
Yep.
But you know how much happier I am when my laundry's in my dresser and I go out and pull it out and pull my clothes out?
Yeah.
It's just a nicer fucking feeling.
No, 100%. Like the whole reason I have this backdrop is so you don't see the fucking mountains of clothes I have over here that has to do laundry, and then the clean one over here I have to take to donation to go get donated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
But that's what I mean. Like, you put it this way, dude. They're just mad because they don't like being an adult. So
they hate us because they ain't us.
That's right.
Or something like that. Fubu.
Are we the uncool ones?
We're hip.
I'm okay with that now. I don't care.
I don't care.
Because I don't think being, no disrespect to who you're talking about, but I don't think when people are defiant towards what we do, it should matter to us that much.
Yeah.
Or to them. But it is funny to point out. I think they're just probably busting your balls.
Yeah, I think it's just
Not to be all
it's not
serious.
like they're like, oh, sleeping one night open around Danny. It's more
Yeah.
like, look at this fool, like this every fucking time. It doesn't fail.
It'd be funny though. It'd be like, oh, look at me, and you should just take your bag and be like, oh, look, I'm done, and then like leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
Look, my clothes, they're ready to go.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. Look how organized I am. Everything's right where I need it.
Yeah. Oh,
And then just say it in a dumb accent, like a dirt, dirt, and then like, yeah, you'll win.
I wouldn't be able to live with myself. That would give me so much like anxiety seeing all my clothes like on the floor.
That'd be terrible. Plus, you know how it is, dude. Like, you can't mix those clothes up, dude. That's gross.
No.
And shit happens in a hotel room.
This is what I do, and we're getting derailed, but this is going to be the last one.
This is part of fear.
Yeah, what I do is as I go, and if I have clean clothes, which I usually do, I always overpack by like 1 or 2 items.
Right.
I like to put the dirty clothes on the floor, and then I like to cover it with like a garbage bag or something, or put all the dirty clothes in like in the garbage bag.
Yeah.
And then put my clean clothes into, because I don't want it to touch, because I feel like then the germs, my own germs, are going to cross over.
So do they think you're crazy for doing that too?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's gonna talk shit about that.
I think that's just common. They're oh, okay.
I think you'd be a psychopath if you didn't do that.
You know what?
Soiled clothes next to clean clothes, whatever, dude.
You know what? This one time I went to the Gillo Caravan. For those who don't know what the caravan is, it's a watering hole.
Yeah.
Here in San Jose.
It's a hole.
It legit is a fucking shit hole. It's
Yeah.
a hole. But it's great. They used to have every now and then they have bands playing there, and this band was playing. And this dude bust out like a like those Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
And of course, me and my friends who were also like touring band members at this time were just like, "What the fuck's up with this guy?" And he proceeds to like wipe down the microphone, like the house microphone.
Yeah.
And he wipes it down. And at first we're like, "This fool thinks he's like better," and then we're like, "Damn, that's hella smart, actually." Like, imagine how much spit is like in the house microphone. If it's your own microphone, cool. But this band was just using like the house microphone, and I'm like, that's actually fucking smart.
Yeah.
So at first I was judging him, and then I'm like, fuck, this guy's onto something. So if anybody tours and you're not using your microphones to sing, I suggest you buy yourself some Clorox wipes, wipe down that house microphone before you start checking it.
Or go up after the guy and look him right in the face when you're by the mic and just lick it with your tongue and clean it like he was cleaning it with a wipe.
But that's fucking Clorox. You might be dead.
I know, dude. That's so hot.
You know what? Just step up your game. Be an adult. Spend $100 and buy yourself a Shure SM58.
There you go. Yeah, bring your own fucking microphone.
Bring your own fucking mic.
Be an adult. God damn it.
Be a professional band.
What is wrong with you people?
Reminds me of the one time we recorded together and I walked in with my own microphone.
Oh yeah, I remember that time. And then I was like, no, I'm kidding. No, but that was.
Bro, I got you.
Well, I know I didn't, but I gave you the option, but you were like, no, it's already set up. But you were just being kind.
Yeah, it was just a flex.
Next time we'll connect it.
Yeah, next
we
time
learned.
I'll bring in my good old trusty. I'm not gonna go into detail on this microphone.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Fears. Let's start with most common. We'll start from the top here.
And if I recall, you're gonna go with the scientifical term, not what and then are you gonna explain to us what is those fears?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna say what it is because I don't know what the hell that word means either, and then I'll obviously explain it. It might as well be another language.
I was gonna say, well, let me get my Google up and running so I know which one you're talking about.
No, I'll go over it. So the first one I got is Acrophobia.
Ooh.
I wouldn't even be able to guess what the fuck that means. Scared of 200 sheets of paper. No. Just kidding. That was a bad joke.
Fear of The Office.
Fear of paper cuts. That's probably real.
Yeah.
Fear of loneliness. Acrophobia is the fear of loneliness. Most commonly found, because I wanted to do this too. I was looking up, okay, what does it mean? But then where is it mostly, who is it mostly happening with? And it's mostly common in abandoned children and elderly adults.
Yeah, I can see that.
Very similar stages of life.
Yeah.
You know, like kids, obviously, like maybe if you're in the system or your parents, like recently you were orphaned. It's like so depressing, but like there's always, you know, there's situations, or you just have parents that aren't around, you know.
Yeah.
But then that's the constant fear with the old people is, you know, just being alone
and dying alone.
Yeah, you know, living to long enough to see your spouse go, and then you're just like, all right, there's only so much bingo I can go to.
Yeah, there's only so much fucking yogurt I can drink. That's sad, dude. Yeah, I can see.
Activia.
Are you regular?
Or
I definitely see like the connections though with like the youth and the adult. Like, yeah, dude. Like, especially if your parents are not like the best parents ever.
yeah.
I can see that.
I mean,
I
yeah,
can see that.
yeah. It's. I mean, I'm like, yeah, no. I just think it's strange, man. Like, after going through these phobias, a lot of it seems like it's really exposure to their surroundings that make up
Yeah.
these phobias. It's a lot of it is a situation that happened, like in this instance, because once again, not everyone that has been abandoned or is old has this phobia.
This fear. Yeah.
It's just something that can happen with some people, but it's interesting to see how people that are in the same situation, how different sometimes their brains handle it, and that's kind of like the crazy part where, we look at all these phobias and I'm gonna speak for myself. We look at it like we're above them, like we're all like,
Yeah.
oh, what kind of fucking fear? Are you serious? Like, people are scared of this shit?
Yeah.
But then, like, you don't realize that, like, most people aren't honest enough to admit their real true phobias, and I think if you break it down, that's when you start realizing, okay, these aren't as silly as we make them out to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them are, because there is basically a phobia for anything,
Of course.
to the point where it almost makes it pointless. But that's why I'm like, okay, I get that, but it's like, yeah, but you can't denounce like some of the stuff where it's like legitimate, like it is legitimately terrifying.
I feel like at the root of every phobia, there's like a legit reasoning for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and the thing is, something we have to also remember is that when we talk about mental health and like phobias and things related to ourselves, it really matters how we react to a certain situation. Not what you can't compare yourself to any others, because I mean, once we start sharing our own phobias, and I think some of the phobias you are gonna like bring up is, well, we were sharing that we have like same phobias also, but I'm pretty sure the way you react to like a phobia isn't the same way I react to it. Or shit, maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be, because we all, we share similar things, but then we're all, we internalize and are different a little.
We all analyze, internalize things differently.
Yeah. I think that one's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to grasp, not too crazy.
Yeah, understandable, and I feel like at first people will be like, "Oh man, that's so emo," but like, yeah, once you put some rationale thinking behind it, you're like, no, that makes perfect sense. Why somebody would have that fear, and why it might lead to toxic relationships.
And you could be like, it's not emo, it's iremo. But anyway,
it's emo. Get with the times.
Yeah, it's iremo. Stupid.
It's stupid.
So the next one's pretty metal. They're very Iron Maiden. Scotophobia, which is fear of the dark.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I see you did that.
There you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
I see.
Metalheads, thank you. Everyone else,
you're welcome.
Just bear with us.
If you did not get that reference, Google it.
If you don't know, now you know. All right.
Now you know. Okay, get cultured, damn it.
Yeah. So scotophobia is fear of the dark.
Fear of the dark.
Yes. Most common with young people, like everything else I've read so far, but some never lose the fear. So it is common to develop at young age, but sometimes it continues with you, obviously, until adulthood.
Yeah.
And it seems like, from what I was looking into it, I kind of, I don't know if I have, I don't think I have this phobia or had. I think every kid to a degree is scared of the dark.
Yeah.
But I agree with what I found out. The main reason why it's scary, it's the uncertainty aspect of it all. You know,
Yeah.
you just don't know what the hell's around the corner or what's right in front of your face. You know, it could be nothing here, and then it could be something 5 feet away.
And if you think about it, like your prefrontal vortex is not really developed yet. It doesn't really get developed until your teens, which
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's when you start like losing this fear. So like irrational thinking isn't really there.
yeah.
So you might hear, any like crack or something in the house or something, especially like on a hot day, and you might start freaking out. And then also, if you think about, like you said, there's kids who are like afraid of being alone. Like imagine like being like a 2 or 3 year old, you're now sleeping on your own on this brand new room, which looks fucking huge compared to where you're sleeping in.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's all. I think all adds up.
yeah. And it gets super creepy. I mean, I
Yeah.
still to this day, like, I don't need a nightlight, but if I'm in a hotel room,
Yeah.
I don't like facing outward on the bed, because I'm always freaked out. If I close my eyes, I'm gonna open them and see something creepy.
Yeah.
So I face
No.
in, or I have the cover over my face
Covers.
like fucking Sixth Sense style.
You know what I fucking hate about hotels
Huh.
is that the hallway light,
Oh, it's so bright.
it's so bright and it kind of like cracks
Oh,
through your
and
door.
you can see like feet.
Yeah, dude, that fucking freaks me out, dude.
I locked the
Like,
deadbolt, dude.
No, oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, imagine like you're already kind of freaked out because your body doesn't really like when you go and sleep in a new bed or like a new place, your body doesn't recognize it. So
Yeah.
of course, like you're kind of freaked. You're constantly waking up. And imagine like you're looking out at the door and you see like some fucking footsteps going back and forward, and then like some of them will just fucking stop like right there your door.
Fuck that, dude.
Fuck that.
Well, and like the only thing you're hoping is you're like, oh, it's just a drunk person that maybe they're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And then normally you're like, oh, okay, they'll go away.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just like, all right, don't say anything. Because fuck that, dude. Like, I'm not, like, first of all, like, there's those meatheads, that'll be like, no, this is my fucking room, and I'm not
What
letting
the
any
fuck you
dickhead
want?
come in here and
Yeah.
intimidate me. So it's like, yeah, or you could just play dead and that guy will go away. So that's
And
what
guess
I'm going
what?
to do.
I'm
And
gonna
enjoy
play
the rest
dead.
of my night, because I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
play
make a
dead.
fucking thing out of it. You're not going to
And
win
then-
with a bro.
And then if the lady is right there with you and tries to wake you up, you know I'm pretending I'm asleep. The
Yeah.
whole
Or
rest of-
you just be like, yeah, babe, I had to take care of that. That guy's gone now, though.
Oh,
He won't be bothering us anymore.
Hey, Coop, remember the night who was there knocking your door? Oh, I told him to go fuck off. Yeah, right. You're like, oh my god, please.
You're all cracking your neck. You're like, need me to say something, babe?
You want me to go handle? Go sleep, baby. Let me put my shoes on.
Yeah,
let me find my shirt.
I'm like freaking out, hiding in the bathroom.
You're like, please fucking go. Please fucking go.
Holy shit! Fuck! What did I do?
Excuse me, sir. Can you just wrong room,
Hey, he's
please?
like rocking himself back in the corner. He's all big dick energy.
Mind over mind over body.
Yeah. Oh god, that's
shit.
so good. He was trying to be hard, and then dude, that happens. You got to be careful.
Hey, Dave Chappelle said it right. When keeping it real goes wrong.
When scotophobia goes right. Oh man. Yeah, who knows what that means. You won't take the reins on that next one there.
Hold on, my brother. Let me go for it because I don't have my.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna. I'll kill time. Let's see. We got the next one. Hold on. I'll do it. All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
So the
yeah,
next
because I
one
don't
is
have it.
acrophobia.
Okay.
Do you have it? You know this one, though.
Yeah, because where is it? Fear of the heights, basically, right?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of my fears, actually. I'm afraid of heights. And then people like, when I tell them I'm afraid of heights, they're like, no way, but you're tall. I'm like, okay.
Oh, God.
You're like, okay, is that supposed to like make me? I'm not. First off, I'm not. I'm tall for a Mexican, but I'm not freaking that tall.
Yeah.
You know. But like,
What
yeah,
what does that what
I
rationale
don't.
is that?
I don't know. Oh, you're tall. You might like tall places. But the thing is, like, I'm not sure about YouTube, but for me, it's like it's not even like I don't even have to be super high. Like I can be in a step stool,
Yeah,
and I'm freaking out, and my legs are already shaking.
dude. Yeah, 100%. It's like
Yeah,
I get more scared at like 10 feet than I do like, I shouldn't say this, but I know what you mean. Like I'm
yeah,
scared of like second story even.
yeah.
But dude, there's this one time I went on this nature hike. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't a nature hike. It was in Felton, which is Santa Cruz Mountains. They have
Right.
those redwood adventure trail in the trees.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Like a big basin.
Yeah, so we did that, and I'm terrified of heights. So it's
Yeah.
like an obstacle course, and you're locked in and everything. But at the end of it, you do this 60-foot free fall.
Fuck that.
I mean, you're bungeed, yeah, but
But still, fuck that.
you have to jump off a ledge. Like there's nothing. It's not even a plank. You're on like this like circular like platform, and you just literally got to go woo.
Yeah.
60 feet. 60 feet does not sound like much to most people. They'd probably be like, "That's not that bad." Yeah, if you're jumping in, even if you're jumping into water, 60 feet is 6 stories.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that.
So, of course, Steph goes first,
Mhm.
volunteers, and goes first, which means guess who's going second?
You do. You have to.
I have to.
Yeah.
I was so fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Like,
dude.
it was just, and I'm not obviously, I mean, exposure therapy is one thing, but yeah, I'm still scared of heights.
Yeah.
But like, even if like I go to change a light bulb outside or I got to get on a ladder,
Yeah.
if I got to go on that second to top rung, I want someone to hold it for me.
No, dude. For me, my legs, like going downstairs, I have to hold on to the railing.
Yeah, me
'cause
too.
My legs are shaking as I step down.
So
Like,
for me, it's more that I don't want to trip, but damn.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too. There's been several times where like I freaked out because of heights, dude. And kind of similar to what you're saying. We were in Disneyland once. We were in California Adventure, and they have like this replica of kind of like an obstacle course, like you were just talking about, like the
Mhm.
Redwood Mountains. And we had, there's this thing where you go through like a bridge, and the bridge, of course, like as you walk, it fucking starts shaking and shit.
Right.
I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't do it. I was freaking out.
Dude.
Because I'm like, there was like no railing for me to hold on to. The floor wasn't stable. It was fucking like, and of course, like it's supposed. I'm pretty sure it's safe, but like, I was like 2 minutes away from like crawling, a grown ass man crawling past his. I was gonna be the kid from fucking Stand By Me, where he's kind of like crawling through the bridge, dude. That's the train comes.
Dude, you know what? Because you get to a point where you're like, look, first of all, fuck being sexy, fuck being cool.
Yeah,
Like,
this
I
is
just-
fucking survival.
I'm scared right now.
Yeah,
I don't care how I look. I don't care if
So-
no one wants to fuck me anymore. I don't want to be in this tree.
no, I just want to go back to Clubhouse and have a beer and just sit down.
Yeah.
And okay,
Listen to
another
The
time I
Cure.
freaked out was also in Disneyland, dude. So again, we're at California Adventure, and have you ever ridden this ride? It's called Flying, like soaring through the world or something.
Oh, soaring over California, right?
Yeah, yeah. So now it's like the world, but yeah, they originally started with California. So we're in the first row. So when the thing picks you up, you're fucking high up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was okay because for me is I have to feel safe, and then I won't like freak out. Of course, I'm like not at ease, but I'm more calm. So I have my seatbelt on.
Mm-hmm.
I have my fucking Kung Fu grip on like the whatever handles over here on the side on the arms are. And then my fucking youngest brother, this motherfucker, dude, he jokingly he leans over and goes, "Hey Danny, look down." And guess what I do? I look down, and what I saw was the top of like the second row and their feet, and then I saw the third row and I saw their feet. So I realized, holy shit, I'm like hella high up
Mhm.
here. And I was just not at ease anymore. I
Yeah.
wanted that fucking ride to be over so bad, dude, because I was just like, I was not at ease, dude. I was freaking out. Not like, and something also I think people need to realize with this fears is not like you're freaking full on screaming like Homer Simpson and running like a maniac. You're just kind of like not at ease. Or kind of start panicking. You're on the edge, and that's how
Yeah.
I was for the rest of that ride, dude. I was straight up not having a good time.
Super anxious, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I used to get it as a kid. I would most commonly get it like at Eastridge on the balconies at the
Yeah.
mall. I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hated that. I still don't like walking by those.
no,
I walk on the inside, in the middle. I don't like walking on towards the balcony.
yeah,
I just
no, dude.
I don't do it.
No, like I said, it just makes me uneasy, dude. Another time I freaked out was actually at San Jose State. And Steph, if you're listening to this, you might know what I'm talking about. But at San Jose State, once you pass like the third or fourth floor in the elevator, it was just wide open. It was like an open window.
Are you
and
talking about
elevator-
the library?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, at the library right there. And then of course, like the elevator had nothing but like
Oh, it was like all
mirrors.
glass. Yeah.
Glass. Yeah. So I saw we were going up to like 7th or 8th floor. I started already like, oh shit, I need to brace myself. So I started going towards like the railing
Mhm.
because in my mind I need to hold on to the rail because that's gonna keep me safe from like something happening. Well, my friends knowing that I was gonna start freaking out, they fucking kind of like block out the railing so I couldn't like put my hand in there.
Jesus.
And I had to ride this motherfucker like in the middle of the elevator without like holding on to like a wall or anything. All the way up, and my anxiety was just so high. I remember getting off that fucking elevator and just turning to him like, "You guys are fucking assholes, dude."
Do you know what you should have
Fucking
done?
assholes.
And I know it's like, stop telling me what I should have done after the fact.
Yeah,
It would have been funny if you hella farted. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? We're all gonna be miserable in this elevator.
No, you know what I should have done? I should start fucking like really screaming, panicking,
Yeah.
and create a scene.
And then
so
like,
that
I'm
he
having
can-
a panic attack.
So- yeah, and like imagine like in the 7th or 8th floor where it's like no noise,
Oh,
absolutely.
dude, it's dead.
And I'm over there fucking screaming.
Oh, the whole library would hear you. It would echo through the whole library because you know
Yeah,
it's all
just
open.
screaming. Just screaming, "We're gonna die, we're gonna die!" You know.
Could you imagine you're like finally get a break from your classes and you just hear that?
Yeah. Dude. Or somebody's like studying or writing like an essay.
And then
just-
there's some
you
kids
just
on the
hear-
3rd floor that hear this, and then they develop an elevator fear.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, chain reaction.
Butterfly effect.
The
Is that-
butterflies
yeah.
came back, dude.
They-
God,
hey,
they are
full circle.
scary.
Maybe we should fucking poison them and display them for the world.
Maybe. They've been kind to me. But Steph
can't hate.
hates them.
Really?
Well, I don't want to say phobia, but she is kind of scared, kind of has a fear of I think it's the flapping wings.
My cousin has a phobia of moths.
See, moths make more sense to me because like I'm not denouncing phobias, but for my personal fears,
Yeah.
it makes more sense because it is a much more ugly, disgusting bug
in,
versus a
in your
butterfly
list
that
of
at least is
phobias?
pretty and shit.
in the list of rankings of phobia, that one ranks pretty low.
Well, for me, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we're all different.
Butterflies I was associated with good things because butterfly
Yeah.
in the sky.
Yeah. Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, and then like they just make your garden so much prettier.
Dude,
But,
Yeah.
moths,
I
yeah.
love them. Moths.
and then they leave that little fucking dusting. Also, I just
Oh, I hate moths. I hate the way moth balls smell, and that has nothing to do with moths. It's just anything with
Yeah.
moths. Boo. Terrible bug.
I feel you on that one.
You want to take the next one?
You can take it because I honestly don't have the.
I'm gonna-
I can't pull up the.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
And this next one I like because the way it sounds, it's Thanatophobia.
Thanatophobia.
Thanatophobia, which I thought was interesting because it's like Thanos, right?
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to my head. Interesting. There
Yeah,
might be
that's the same
some
thing I got.
there might be some revealing nuggets to his name because Thanatophobia is the fear of death. So maybe Thana is another word for death, maybe in Latin or something. And that would make
In
sense
Greek or
why.
something.
Yeah, and that would make sense why that's Thanos' name, because he obviously is all about population control.
Yeah, he brought in a way, he's like a sci-fi fixture of like of death.
Yeah, or you could say like of a utopian society.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had good ideas or he had good intentions. It's just going about it was genocide.
Yeah.
I mean, his math made sense to me, but then again, I'm a crazy person, so
I mean, at the end of the day, it does make sense. I mean, the way how he like the whole point was it was population control and like um what's the word I'm looking for? Like
limited resources,
yeah, what's the word though?
finite.
No, um, stability, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, sustainability.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sustainability. That's the word I was looking for. So that makes sense, dude. Like, but yeah, at the same time, you might fear him because you know that um he wants to wipe out the population, bring in death, if you will.
Yeah. But by the way, we're not talking about the fear of Thanos. We just went
No.
on a somewhat sidebar. This is the fear of death.
Yeah. Which the name happens to have Thanos
in it. But it says the fear of death. It's obviously all these are irrational fears, but
yeah.
the irrational fear that paralyzes almost any activity of your daily life by thinking that death may be just around the corner, which isn't wrong, but is also very glass half empty.
Yeah.
Or box half empty, or coffin half empty, however you think you're gonna go.
No, and you can definitely see how like having that fear definitely have empty like okay, like I've been going on for too long, like I've been in the good streak for way too long, like something's gonna happen. And in a way that also like limits you to try and do anything because you fear that's how you're gonna go out. Like that's the way you're gonna go out that day.
Yeah.
Not today, Satan.
Well, exactly. And like I was when I was figuring this out, like a little earlier last week, went on a walk with Steph, and I was telling her, I was looking up a lot of these phobias, and a big thing in common is that it's just your the psychosis of the phobia is basically how far you're willing to adapt or change or avoid, or yeah, how far you're willing to adapt or change your daily life to avoid dealing with your phobias.
Yeah.
And that's how psychotic it is, because some people, you just have an irrational fear. Some people like won't even leave their house, might not even want to walk on a tile floor without like some kind of non-slip thing because they're scared they're going to slip and bust their head on the corner. They probably have soft corners on every. Yeah, so I mean, that's no way to live your life. That's paranoia, almost schizophrenia.
Yeah, if you think about it, also like you're living with such a fear that like it creates different fears or anxieties and all this different shit also, dude. As for like just trying to, I don't know. Sometimes like I know people say like live a little and like just live a little, but like it's really hard to like accept that if you think that any wrong way or any wrong thing is going to be like the death of you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely like you have such a fear of dying that you're not even living.
Exactly. You're really not living at all.
No.
And then you're going to look back on your life and you're going to be like, remember that time I almost did all those things? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Remember that time I almost went out, but I didn't because I thought I was gonna die? Yeah. I full damn.
Be like, you know how much more popular you'd be though if you were dead? You'd have like a statue. You'd be like, they'd put a sign on the freeway for you.
Remember a freeway in your memory or something?
You could fight all the dead cop ghosts and see who gets the name first.
Put like your name in the ghost raffle.
You're like, I don't care if you died 50 years ago.
The other thing also, dude, with that is like, imagine if you do end up going out, okay?
Yeah.
And like something happens. Like you always fear of never doing anything out of fear that, you know, and death is right on the court, creeping death, you know, it's right there. And then imagine like something does happen, like you're involved with a car accident, or you see like a car accident right in front of you, or something happens. Like, imagine how much that's gonna fuck with your head for the rest of your life.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and that's exactly what I think is important to do with this exercise, or when you're looking up things in general, is to try and have a little bit of like, not remorse, but like understanding. And I feel like that's the best way to get understanding on these phobias, is to like put yourself in a position where you're like, how did they get to this point? You know, what potential issues are the reasons they are feeling this way? And like you just said, it's like, if you have a near-death experience in a car, you know, or a car, you know, whether you're in the car or a car almost hits you, or you see someone get hit, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a valid fucking reason to be terrified of something, you know? Like, I luckily haven't dealt with that. I've been in a few minor car accidents.
Yeah.
Never done anything crazy, you know? So, like, it's easy for me to be like, yo, cool, scary. But I fear death, but on a selfish level, on a level where I'm going to miss people, not on a level, I mean, of course, I think everyone fears death to a point. I don't want to get chopped up in a million pieces, but
yeah.
I mean, but after the 18,000th chop, you're not going to feel it anymore.
You're probably dead already. You're
yeah,
some sort of shocked just already.
Sing the ABCs or something.
No, but
oh God, terrible advice.
I was just thinking, like, on Saturday I was driving back from Oakland. I was driving back to San Jose, and we just saw like a car on the 880. There's always fucking accidents on the 880.
Mm-hmm.
Just slam into the center divider. Just boom, just slam into it. And not like some other car hit it. I think what happened was this car was just like either driving way too fast or got distracted and
overcorrected or
almost
something.
rear-ended somebody else and just swerved off to the side. But I saw that and I was like, oh shit. But never once I'm like, I never want to drive again, you know? But like, of course, like I can see that if somebody like has fear, like, see, this is why. And again, it goes back to like your brain always looking for like validation to, or looking for evidence to validate the way you feel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Coop, I'm ready for the last one.
You ready?
I have it. I finally found our sheet, if you will.
All right, now you're sure you're ready?
I am.
No, I'm kidding. All right.
My phobia of not being ready.
Shoot from the hip.
The last most common fear is claustrophobia. And I think this is something that you might have already, I mean, I think this is one of those phobias that everybody kind of knows what it means. But fear of being trapped in a tight place or like feeling like trapped or something. And I don't know. Every time, this one reminds me because it sounds like claustrophobia, like you're stuck in the in a closet.
I look at it and I think Santa Claus. People are scared of Santa Claus.
Really?
But I think that's too close of a spelling because it's claustrophobia. Okay.
I'm thinking like claws as in like...
Danny, you're being a really good sport. It was a poor attempt at a dad joke. And that moth tried to help me. This motherfucker wants his time right now. Thank you, moth, for distracting the people from my terrible sense of humor. Yeah, it is definitely the most common of the phobias. And my mom I don't know if she straight up had claustrophobia, but she had similar, she had I would say at least a mild case of it.
Yeah.
she would get like well, she probably did have it. She'd get like super anxiety and sweat, like if we have to get in an elevator, if it's warm, or like I just remember crowds were always a big thing for her.
Yeah.
Luckily, not for me.
I think to an extent that might be
Yeah.
true, because I remember I did freak out once. We were driving up to Lake Tahoe, and we were on a 3-row passenger SUV, and I was all the way in the back. It was like I don't know, like a Suburban or something.
Yeah.
And I remember I was fine for like an hour. And then literally like after an hour, I started freaking out because I couldn't move my legs because the back seat was so freaking like so small.
Yeah.
So I started freaking out, and I made him like stop the car. And of course there was like hella shit surrounding me. There was like hella bags, so I couldn't even like extend my legs or anything.
Yeah.
So I just I freaking basically started yelling to pull over, please pull over. Like I was in tears, tell him to pull over. And at first, I was just like, oh, Danny's just, he's acting up, or Danny's just being Danny,
Yeah.
Playing around. But then they saw me like, I think it went from like anxiety to like fear, where they're like, oh shit, they pulled me over. And I was like, after like 5-10 minutes of calming down, I'm like, all right, I can be in the back. I'm like, I can't, dude. I'm like, you have to put me somewhere else.
They're like, all right, time on the roof.
Yes. Give me a good blanket.
Yeah. They put a straw with hot chocolate into the van for you.
Ooh, toasty.
There you go, buddy.
Put them in the trunk for all I care.
Yeah.
No, but I just remember like I felt such a bad panic attack, and it was all because I felt like I couldn't move, and I started like freaking out. And I think that's why I prefer like aisle seats rather than like
the window
in the airplane. Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I definitely feel, even though you can see out, I feel less squeezed when I'm in the aisle seat.
Because you can always just put your leg on the aisle.
Yeah, that's true. But just like in The Wedding Singer, that damn cart always hits my elbow when it rolls by.
Really?
No.
That's yet to happen.
I just watched The Wedding Singer last night, so I'm just quoting it.
Dude, I just saw it not so long ago too. It was like on HBO Plus.
Yep, that's where we watched it.
HBO Max or something.
We watched it for Steph's birthday because it's like her favorite movie.
Dude, such a great movie.
It's so good. Like, I already loved it, but it was just funny when I always love Steve Buscemi's parts.
Yeah.
Like, his character in that movie is amazing.
And he only has like 3 or 4 lines.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
So like amazing.
They're so important, and he comes back at the end of the movie. And
you know what? He came back as a winner. He's the new wedding singer.
He did, and he was playing guitar.
Yeah.
Self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Pop.
Pop. You're a moron.
Oh yeah, no. He goes, all, why can't you be more like your brother? Jeffrey wouldn't beat up his landlord. And then he's, oh no, why can't you be more like Harold? Harold wouldn't beat up his landlord.
He goes, well, news for you, Pops.
Harold's not
that perfect.
Yeah.
Remember that time we went to Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's all, I want to say they're prostitutes, but I remember paying. God, dude, so good. I love his lines.
The best man, the better man.
Yeah. And he goes, ooh,
hey, wedding singer. Ooh, I like her. But I like at the end with that one song, I know this.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, Robbie and Julie.
Yeah. And it's like right at the end. It's like the perfect.
And now every time I hear a song on the radio, it comes up on my Spotify, I have to say Robbie and Julie.
Dude, but that's what I like too, because I'm such a nerd. When I hear that, I'm imagining him in the studio singing that, like this.
What the heck?
Like
and everything.
Just that. It's not like they told him to do that. Like he probably did it on his own, which is must have made him cry. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Imagine if you're fucking first off, I'm just gonna assume if you're a producer in the 80s making pop music, you're already coked out of your mind. That's just rule number one. You're already like free balling and everything. So I cannot imagine this for going, all right, I love that, but at the end, won't you extend the syllable at the end and just go, aha, like
He's all, hold on, man. All right, so I got an idea.
I got some sinuses.
Hold on, let me do some more chow real quick.
Yeah. Let me freshen up a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me pat on my nose. But yeah, that's wow, what is it here?
Yeah, great movie.
Amazing movie.
And to just touch again real quick on claustrophobia before we end this episode, I one time we were in Mercer Caverns, which I believe is close to Angel's Camp, I think.
Okay.
And I went spelunking. And it's a weird white outdoorsy term. You know, the kind of people that shop at REI and wear like those feet shoes, you know?
Yeah.
The ones that look like feet. No, and I didn't know what that word meant either. So all it is like cave exploring or rappelling. Okay. It's mostly cave exploring. But we were down in this cave, and dude, like I said, I'm like, oh, I don't have claustrophobia. I said that like 15 minutes ago on this pod. But there was a point where we were going through these crevices in this like cave where it was like this far away from my face. Like my head was all the way against the thing, and I had to slide my body. That was scary because I kept having a fear that there was going to be like some kind of earthquake. And
you're fucked.
I was just going to get fused into the thing and dead. If I'm lucky, dead. Yeah. If not, stuck in there.
Oh, God. And it'll be like that one James Franco movie where he has to like...
Well, it would be kind of worse because it was so tight that like I couldn't even cut anything off.
Yeah.
I watched that movie. That movie was fucked. But drinking... You know what was most fucked about that movie for me? I mean, obviously cutting off your arm should be the most fucked up part. But one of the most psychologically damaging parts was the fact that he drank his own piss over and over again.
Yeah.
That, to me, was just brutal.
What a fucking will to, like, live.
Ugh. I'll tell you right now, you're gonna appreciate everything you have and drink. You're never going to complain about Pabst ever again.
No.
Like, you could have the shittiest hams or Olympia, and you'd be like, still ain't my piss.
Yeah.
Third or fourth time diluted, dude. And that's the thing. He was drinking his piss after he drank his piss and drank his piss. So he was getting the worst of the worst of the worst. Yeah. His liver was just breaking, his kidneys. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm like a fucking mom on 127 hours. He's not safe.
He's not. Can somebody go save him, please?
Where's his lunch? His mama should have packed him a lunch.
This is why I told him you shouldn't go do this.
Should have brought a friend. Buddy system.
This is why that's what you get for not calling your mom every morning.
You should have called your mother. You knew you fucked up. Like she cusses a little.
Listen, if you would have told your mom that you're going to go rock climbing and you didn't call mom the next morning, mom would have freaked out and you would have been saved 24 hours later.
And you know I don't like being like this. But sometimes you just bring it out of me.
And I know Yuri talked, and your wife also said I'm a little bit overprotective, but I love you.
Here it comes.
But it's because I love you, and your wife is not protecting you like you should be protected.
And then that's when you cue "Mother" by Pink Floyd.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say by Danzig.
Well, for the sake of this conversation, Pink Floyd, because it is about a creepy, obsessive mom.
Yeah.
Whereas Mother on Danzig, I feel like is more about a guy hitting on a woman, right?
Well, it's more like warning the mom.
Like, don't be like me.
Yeah.
Tell your children not to walk my way.
I'm about to see the light. Yeah.
You know, I like Danzig. And fun little fact I learned. He was obviously in the Misfits, right? And then
I've heard.
Yeah. Maybe you've heard of them.
Maybe.
And then
fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Rick Rubin was telling him, I guess because there was like, I don't know exactly. You might know a little more, but I don't know the gap between end of Danzig leaving Misfits and starting up Sam Hain into Danzig. Yeah. But Rubin was like, dude, you should do your own thing. And was like, and if you do, I got to be your guy. and I think he saw him playing Sam Haines stuff live, and then that's why Ruben produced the first Danzig record, because like he was like, I think he loved it. Like Danzig is one of the most original frontmen of all time. Regardless of whether you like punk, Misfits, or any of that stuff, he's got a very distinct sound. And I love him too. I think he's one of the most original sounds out there, man. And it's such a fun, perfect fit for that band.
And you know, every time we talk about like, oh, the shock bands, everybody always talks about like Kiss and Alice Cooper and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I feel like the Misfits were doing it so much better. Not to shit on Kiss or Alice Cooper, but I feel like they were doing it, and Misfits were doing it in a way where it wasn't like cheesy. It was just like authentic, if that makes sense.
It was, yeah, it does, because it was less theater.
Yeah.
Even though it's like paint and all that, it's less theatrical. It's more like we're just scary looking and this is our music.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you can maybe argue that Danzig, the way he plays or the way he sings, is a little bit theatrical with his like hand movements and really,
definitely.
like,
but what I mean is like, what I mean is more like there's not necessarily a theme with Misfits.
Yeah.
It's all just dark, evil stuff. Whereas like Alice Cooper, like, you know, the set design is Frankenstein because the song's Feed My Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So I definitely see that. I think Misfits evolved what Kiss and Alice Cooper were doing the same way that Slipknot evolved what Misfits were doing, where it was kind of like, you know, we have a persona of who we are, and then like everyone in the band had weird, unique hairstyles or face paint
and surnames and shit.
Exactly. And that became their real names, I think. But yeah, I think that was kind of like, it's not like it was cool. They took the shock rock and made it punk rock. And there wasn't anyone doing that. The Ramones had some edgy content, and same with the Sex Pistols, but they didn't have that look.
They were still like, we're punk and we're gonna be in your face, all about, you know. Where Misfits like, yeah, we're punk, but we're into like scary shit, and we want
real.
Dude,
I mean,
we want to look like some sort of demon who's playing punk rock.
Last Caress. Just look up the lyrics to Last Caress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all anyone needs to do if you want to learn how Misfits are. Don't look up all of the mainstream stuff. And Last Caress is pretty mainstream.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty.
But it's also one of their well-known racy ones.
Mm-hmm.
Also very catchy.
I feel like that's one thing about the Misfits. It's just they were fast, quick songs, and they're like, the melody is so great.
Yeah. And everything was distinctly different, but it all fit together.
And it's just, I don't know. I got something to say. I killed a baby today. Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Doesn't matter much to me as long as...
Oh, I mean, another great song is Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight? It's just so...
Oh, I thought you were singing The Doors at first.
No. But like, Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight is such like a... Again, one of those like racing kids, you know, being picked on, being bullied, and finally like, all right, fuck this. I'm going to go ahead and like take matters into my own hands kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's theater. It's not like a manifesto, you know?
Yeah.
So people need to like take it for what it is. Entertainment. But yeah, that does it for the most common fears this week. Next week, we're going to come at you with some of the most unusual ones, which we took some time putting together. Some are kind of like, all right, we might know what these are. And some of these are kind of creepy and out there. So that's going to be interesting. We'll also kind of close it out with some of the, we'll discuss more and then we'll close it out next week. But yeah, that was it for this week. I think we did a pretty good job of just giving a basic rundown and going over the most common fears.
Well, for shizzle.
And if I'll list these out in the information. Actually, I'll cite the source. That's even better because no one wants to read through all this stuff. But yeah, we'll tune in. We'll hit you guys up next week. So hopefully you guys are around to check us out. And next week is going to be finishing up part 2 of Reelin in the Fears. The fears of everything.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for checking in, and we'll see y'all's later.